G'day folks, it's Thunderbolts here. Welcome back to another one of my videos. Apologies for the delay in getting another video out. I haven't had one since the night before 3.22 was released. In that last video I did mention that I thought it was imminent, the 3.22 patch, but I didn't realise it was going to be that a couple of hours later than my live stream. So I'm here today with some Drake ships. This one just here for transport and for good looks because it's one of my favourite ships. I love the Caterpillar. It's a great ship. But really what I'm here for today is these ships. So with 3.22 we got a nice little surprise. A new, or the third and last ship in the Cutter family. So, starting off, we have our base cutter, which we have all seen, I'm sure of it. We then have the Cutter Scout, which was released with 3.21, I think it was, or 3.20. I think it was 3.21. And then with 3.22 the other day, the Cutter Rambler magically appeared out of nowhere. So we've got our base cutter, we've got our Cutter Scout, which is more for your exploration and surveying, what do you call it, radar type. It's got the radar little dishy thing up on top, and it's more of your exploration type ship. The Rambler is basically the same as the Cutter, the base one, with extended fuel. It has a fuel tank up on top. And apart from the obvious look differences, we have 4 SU of cargo in the base, but only 2 SU cargo in the Scout and the Rambler. Now, looking at the differences, obviously bit of a difference between the front ends. On the Rambler, we've got our headlights moved up to the top, or a set of spotlights up the top, compared to on the other two, they just have the standard little headlights. The Scout and Rambler have got some different colour schemes to start off with, but they do seem to match each other. A bit different to what the baseline Cutter is. I don't believe there's any weapon differences between them. They all look to have the 2 guns at the front. Obviously, up on top, let's see if we can get a bit of a visual up on top here. So we'll just move in a bit closer here. So up on top, as I mentioned before, we have the little radar dish on top of the Scout. Not a great deal up on top of the standard one to mention, but if we have a look over here on the Rambler, we have more of a roof rack type of feel to it, with the extra fuel tank capacity up on top there. The other differences that we can notice are from behind. The thrusters are all different. So on the baseline Cutter, we've got one larger thruster on the VTOLs, and so on each side, and one smaller one on the body. On the Scout, you've got 2 smaller thrusters on the VTOL, and the same size thruster on the body. I believe it's the same size. And then if we go over to the Rambler, we've still got that same size thruster on the body, but we move up to 4 thrusters on the VTOL unit. So if we go over the other side, we might be able to see that a bit better. Okay, so we've got 2 smaller ones and 2 larger ones on there. The other thing, obviously, visually difference. We don't have anything really on the back of the base cutter. On the Cutter Scout, we've got a bit of a wing. And then on the Rambler, we've got more of your sort of the twin tail side wing sort of things there. Okay, so let's jump in and have a look at the interiors. Move inside. You can see that we have plenty of space in the baseline. We've got 4 SU of cargo that can be stacked up there on grid, and you've got a fair bit of extra off-grid cargo. Not a lot to see on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we've got all of our components. And they're all pretty much exposed. It's all done pretty cheap with a budget. But it's still very nice and neat and tidy. Moving on through to the hab section, we have a bed. We have storage. Over on this side, we have, I believe, some sort of drink machine. Looks like it dispenses something there. I don't know. Not sure. Not quite sure. And then if we come around to the back here, open up our bathroom. So we have a pull-out toilet, a sink, and we have a shower, all in one. Very compact. Okay, we have no gun racks or anything like that by the look of it. No, apart from the storage, we don't have any like armory lockers. It's just the internal storage, or actually it's the external storage within the vehicle, the storage locker. Okay, moving on into the cockpit, we've got some more of our componentry exposed. Exposed wires, the same, or your base sort of seat. You sit down, goes up, spins around, and looks all nice and very basic. Coming back to the external and even the internal sort of cockpit of it, they remind me of the old Huey helicopters. Okay, moving into the Scout. I'm pretty sure this says it only has 2 SCU of cargo. We do have a similar array of exposed components, both on the left and the right. But we also have what would be, at some point, the engineer station. At the moment, I don't know what we can actually do with it. I haven't had a real play with it, but it's basically just giving us some information on our MFDs there. Okay, there's no other functional buttons here other than powering it on and exiting it. Everything else is just MFDs. Okay, so let's exit out of that. Okay, so we may actually have 4 SU of cargo. Unfortunately, because I am in town here at Lawville, I can't move my containers around to confirm the SUs, but I'm pretty sure it is only 2 SU of cargo in the Scout, 4 SCU in the base one, and then 2 also in the other one. Moving on to the hab quarters, it's very much the same as the baseline, which makes me think that maybe it is actually 4 SCU of cargo back here. I will confirm that and pop that in a bit later on the video. So we have, once again, we've got our pull-out toilet, sink and shower, all in one nice little cozy section here. Okay, bed, and we've got our external locker here, and the cockpit. Not much different to the baseline. Alright, componentry on the sides. This, however, may possibly be a weapon rack, but I'm not going to be able to check it because we are in armistice. So potentially a weapon rack. I wonder if we can we place this? No. Oh, yep. There we go. So we do have a weapon rack here, so we can put our little multi-tool up there. Okay. So let's grab that back, please. Okay. And that's pretty it. Much it. Not a lot different to the baseline there. Into the Rambler, we have a lot less space in the back. Definitely only 2 SCU in here. We've got our exposed components, and we have one little grid corner here to stack 2 crates in. Moving into the hab, we've got a lot more room in the hab. We have our more room for our equipment, gun racks. We have a proper locker. We also have a little table and TV that we can sit down at and have our meal. Okay, TV cut doesn't go on. Alright, the bathroom, it's very much the same, it's just oriented differently. Pull out loo, sink, and the shower. We also have room to put a food machine or something like that, or coffee machine or something in there. And, you know, maybe a bar fridge. Don't know if we can access that. No, it doesn't look like we can. And we've got our bed. This is the same little drink machine that we had over at the other one, by the look of it. But no external locker storage. We do have an extra little G-safe dicky seat here. So potentially, I don't know whether if you're sitting on this seat you can be G-safe or not, so you could take an extra passenger with you. I mean, on the baselines you can also sit on the bed and you're G-safe there, so you may potentially be able to bring 3 friends with you on board the Rambler. And then in the cockpit, once again, not much difference. I think we do have a few more MFDs on this one, maybe. We've got more gun racks in here, and not much else is different. Just going to have a look to see if I can find the external storage. There would have to be one here somewhere. Here we go. Here's our external locker. Okay, so it's starting to get a bit exhausting here on Lawville. The atmosphere is getting a bit hot, and we're moving very slowly. So that's going to be all for today. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, Thunder out.